Hi everyone, it's Nataliedrewy. Today I will take you on a special journey along part of the Silk Road, tracing the steps our ancestors trod more than 2,000 years ago.
Right now I'm at the Yangguan Cultural Relics region, and apparently this is a global UNESCO geopark, and we're gonna check it out today. This is my new episode of my newest series, and we are at DUNHUANG.
Our first stop on the Silk Road is Yangguan Pass. Dunhuang Yangguan Pass was built in the Western Han Dynasty and had a history of more than 2,000 years. It was an important portal to the western regions and a vital mountain pass on the Southern Silk Road, as well as a significant bridge linking northwestern China and Eurasia. Yangguan Pass is a National 4A scenic area reconstructed and based on the ancient fortress, which exhibits previous beacon towers, Han Dynasty-style architectures, and vast desert scenery around. This is the gate, and these little pikes are to prevent the enemies from entering, so they will fall, bam, to their deaths. Lighting smoke and setting fires on the beacon tower was the fastest and most efficient way to deliver military information in ancient China. The beacons worked as an alarm system, which were usually co-built with the Great Walls of China as a complete military defense. After going through 2,000 years in windy and sandy condition, the original Yangguan Pass has ceased to exist, except for one. It is the landmark of Yangguan Pass and has a very high historical study value as it is the only remaining relic of Yangguan. You will be impressed by the desolate, vast desert landscape. In 121 BC, period of Emperor Wu of Western Han Dynasty, the government established Zhangye, Dunhuang, Wuwei, and Jiuchuan, 4 prefectures and 2 defensive barriers, Yangguan Pass and Yumen Pass, in the Hexi corridor to fight against the frequent harassment of the Xiongnu. Since then, Yangguan Pass and Yumen Pass have been served as crucial passes in western Hexi corridor, northwestern China. This is the Great Han Emperor's seal, ancient seal, and it says Yangguan on it. This is by far the cutest hotel we've been in. It's like Hello Kitty themed. It's so cute. I guess the hotel saw that my mom brought 2 kids with her, so they gave us a very cute Hello Kitty themed family room. It's a very interesting infrastructure. Seeing Dunhuang again is a performance directed by the famous director Wang Chaoge after an inspirational visit to the Mogao Caves. It is better to go in a little bit earlier because you have to go through a security checkpoint. It is a show that involves standing for about 30 to 45 minutes and moving from one theater to another throughout the show. You can see we're like in a completely different theater now. That's how interactive the show is. We're just like walking around. You can see loads of people walking around. For the final act, we were seated in a large theatre which used spectacular video projection, moving stages, and magnificent costumes. It was a very dramatic and artful portrayal of the history of Dunhuang. Expect to move a lot from hall to hall. Sometimes the actors were even interactive with the audience. The whole experience is interesting and informative.
Today we are exploring the Mogao Grottos, which is a World UNESCO Heritage Site.
The Dunhuang Mogao Grottos is a man-made wonder in the Gobi Desert, the brightest star on the ancient Silk Road, brilliant treasure of Buddhist arts. The Mogao Caves, also known as the Thousand Buddha Caves or Mogao Grottos, are a collection of ancient caves which were built in different dynasties. They are famous for their exquisite murals and various sculptures. With 735 caves containing more than 45,000 square meters of murals and 2,415 colored sculptures of different sizes, the Mogao Caves are one of the greatest repositories of Buddhist art in the world, from which you can trace the development of Chinese art over 1,600 years. In 1987, UNESCO listed the Mogao Caves as a World Heritage Site. It declared, as evidence of the evolution of Buddhist art in the northwestern region of China, the Mogao Caves are at unmatched historical value. These works provide an abundance of vivid materials depicting various aspects of medieval politics, economics, culture, arts, religion, ethnic relations, and daily dress in Western China. To visit the Mogao Caves, travelers need to make a reservation. Only 6,000 visitors are allowed to visit each day. The tourist capacity is sometimes enlarged in peak season. The visiting time for viewing the caves is about 75 minutes. Since taking photos inside the caves is prohibited, nor is the flying of drones in the vicinity of the Mogao Ku, therefore I don't have any footages except the outside of the grottos. So it's best for you to go there and see these wonders for yourself. Dunhuang is a county-level city in northwest China. The city has a population of about 186,000. Dunhuang was a major Silk Road stop and is best known for its Mogao Grottos. It is situated in an oasis which contains the Crescent Lake and Mingsha Mountain.
It's almost 5 p.m. and the sun is still blazing.
Camel riding was a spectacular experience. Riding tall and marching forward through the sand dunes was what the ancient travelers did on the Silk Road. The camel riding site is located inside the scenic area, so you have to purchase a ticket to get in the scenic area first if you want to ride a camel. The price of a Mingsha camel ride is about 120 per person per camel, excluding the entrance fee and other activities in Mingsha and Crescent Lake scenic area. Oh, whoa! I might just stood up without any warning. The Mingsha Mountain and Crescent Lake Nature Park is a popular tourist attraction in Dunhuang for exploring stunning desert scenery and taking part in exciting sand dune activities. The park consists of Mingsha Mountain and the Crescent Lake surrounded by sand dunes. Dunhuang was also known as Shazhou, Town of Sand, in ancient times. Dunhuang has a very arid temperature continental climate. It's in the Gobi Desert after all. It is usually dry and temperature differences are big. Dunhuang has a warm and windy spring, a hot summer, a cool and mild autumn, and a freezing winter. The average temperature range for a middle season day in Dunhuang is 3 to 19 degrees. The coldest month is January with average daily low temperatures of around negative 15 degrees. Conversely, average daily highs can reach 35 degrees in July. Sunshine in Dunhuang is strong and long in daily duration, making it easy to get sunburned. So use a parasol or clothing to cover your skin, or put on sunscreen when you go out. Broad-brimmed hats are really useful, if not essential. Echoing Sand Mountain, known as Mingsha in Chinese, is 5 kilometers, about 3 miles outside Dunhuang. Seen from afar, the mountain is just like a golden dragon winding its way over the horizon. As you approach, you become aware that the sand has many colors ranging from red to yellow, green, black, and white. On days when a strong wind blows, the fast-shifting sand roars. But when the wind is a little more than a light breeze, the sand produces gentle, dulcet sounds akin to music. It is the same when you are sliding down the mountainside. At first, the sand under your feet just whispers, but the further you slide, the louder the sound becomes until it reaches a crescendo like thunder. Some say that the sand is roaring, while the others, it is like an echo. And this is how the mountain gets its name, Mingsha Shan, Echo Sand Mountain. The crescent lake, Yueyaquan, is famous for being shaped like a crescent moon. It is located in an oasis surrounded by the sand dunes of Mingsha Mountain. The lake is nearly 100 meters long from south to north. Crescent Lake is known as the first spring in the desert because it has never dried out since it was first discovered. During the Tang Dynasty, there used to be a large complex of halls and towers by the side of the lake, but many of them ended up as ruins in later eras. At present, travelers can see several Tang-style buildings, which makes the scenery look especially peaceful and serene. After the camel ride, we decided to climb the sand dunes. There are ladders as you can see in the videos, so it wasn't terribly strenuous to climb. However, in the middle of our climb, the weather suddenly changed. A sandstorm decided to pay us a visit. It was my first time ever to experience a sandstorm, so I was over the moon, running around trying to take as many photos and videos as possible. Never mind the sore throat and hoarse voice the next day.
From this angle, sandstorm behind.
I can't see anything behind me. You can't even see that little oasis anymore.
It's a very memorable experience.
It's probably like 7 p.m. now in Dunhuang, Gansu, China.
We're almost there. It's the last stretch before reaching the very damn top, people.
I have reached the top of this sand hill.
You can see the outlines of little sand hills, but you basically can't see anything. It should be sand hills there, but you can't see anything because we're in the midst of a sandstorm. slide down there all the way back down, and wish me luck. You will see it in the first person point of view with my GoPro. Kinda sort of conquered the moon-shaped oasis. Well, see you in the next stop.
Driving through a sandstorm at night was, I have to admit, a bit scary. Also, I was a bit apprehensive about how the weather was going to play out the next day. What's your take on this? Please like and subscribe so that you'll find out what happened next. See you in my next vlog as our journey on the Silk Road continues.